What's up, Sports World? The PRO Media Network is on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers. So besides our regular programs like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, the Pelican Post Game Report, Rapid Fire TSC, and others, we will be expanding out and offering other content like movie, anime, and gaming reviews for your entertainment. So if you enjoy our content, please donate at our Patreon page. Also subscribe, comment, and share. And help the PRO Media Network reach 10,000 subs. Peace.
Follow the Sports Coma on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Welcome back to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. Breaking down the Saints' stupid, foolish, dumb, idiotic move of releasing, cutting Bo Scott. We covered that on the first segment of the show. This segment, we're going to actually preview the Tampa Bay and New Orleans Saints matchup here in the Superdome coming Sunday. But first, before we get into it, I'm going to hear what Coach Payton has to say on his weekly teleconference. Here's Coach Payton breaking down his thoughts on the Saints.
Look, I think they're both pocket passers. I think both of them can create. I think there's a little bit different playing style. I think the one thing you see on tape on times with Patrick is, he'll do a good job of kind of moving you one way and then be pretty aggressive with balls in the seams. I don't know that he moves the same way Jameis does. Both of them are comfortable in the shotgun. I think the offense remains consistent. I don't think sometimes when there's a change, it can move or shift in a direction differently because of the quarterback. I don't think that's the case with Ryan. I think the rushing numbers are going to be important for both teams. The third down numbers, those special situations that we felt were the difference a year ago.
Sean, how glad are you to be starting the season at home again?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I haven't kept track of it all. I know it's a bit unusual for us to start the season with the first two games at home. In fact, it's our first time. I think the last time was 2004. So, but obviously the focus is on the game in front of us and the team in front of us.
Hey, Coach, what have you seen from that Tampa defensive line? What kind of challenges do they present?
Well, they added some new pieces, a lot of good football players. You start with a Pro Bowler in McCoy, and then you start talking about Pierre-Paul, Vinny Curry. Obviously, they drafted Vita Vea early. So it was pretty obvious in the offseason that was an area that they really addressed, and I think have done a good job doing that.
Sean, what is it about Marshawn Lattimore's skill set that has allowed him to sort of match up against a lot of different styles of receivers?
Well, look, he's got length, and when you're a corner playing against the receivers in our division, I think it's a little bit more challenging with some of the bigger players. That we've had one year of exposure with Marshawn now playing there, and he's someone that I think can run, and he's got length, and I think that helps when it comes to getting your hands on balls. Defending some of the high balls or the jump balls. So I think those are two things that help him. It'll be a competitive game this week. We know we're going against a good group of receivers.
Sean, have you noticed any sort of change in Mike Thomas's mentality or demeanor this offseason after putting together two really good years now back to back?
No, it's been identical to that's the one thing about him, his preparation, his focus, everything. It's consistent. It's hard for Mike to have a walkthrough just because he's so wired into his assignment, what he's doing, how to improve. I haven't at all. I mean, he's been, and look, that's a compliment more than anything else because of the way he came in, and obviously he's more and more comfortable with what we're doing, but his preparation is fantastic.
Sean, I'm sure we ask this every year, but, as you prepare for another season with Drew, what this summer did you see that was the same or maybe different with him?
To me, I didn't see any changes in, to see a guy who's preparing very consistently day in, day out, making good decisions, throwing the ball with accuracy. It's year to year. I haven't seen change, and I would imagine if I was looking at a time lapse series of pictures, maybe there's certain things. But no, his approach this off season and being a major leader on this team has been very consistent.
Sean, what coverage of defenses then change the way guys rush the passer?
Say it again.
Does the coverage the defenses then, is there a correlation between maybe some of the things the pass rushers might try to do or how they might blitz based on what type of coverage there is?
Well, the front and the coverage go together. So let's start with a four-man rush, which would be the norm, right? In other words, no pressure, but there's half a dozen coverages that teams are going to play from a four-man rush, whether they want to add someone closer to the ball to stop the run, quarters, cover two, man-to-man, thief, robber. They'll play brackets. They'll play – I'm not talking Tampa. You were just talking about a four-man rush. When you add a fifth rusher, it changes and you begin to reduce your coverages. Now it's maybe cover one with, a pressure player. Maybe it's a zone pressure. When you add two guys, 6 men in the rush. Now, so with each front and with each rush plan, the coverage can vary. Obviously, there's some rushes that you can have that you can play the same coverage behind, but with a different rush plan. So I'm hoping I'm answering your question, but it's man or zone. It's a 2-deep safety look, a single safety look, or sometimes a 0-deep look. I think that would be the easiest thing to look for as you're studying the back end. Is it single safety? Is it a shell? Or is it cover zero?
That's Coach Payton chiming in, man. Basically giving some insight. The reporters was asking about that vaunted Tampa Bay defensive line that they spent a lot of money on to build around Gerald McCoy. Vita Vea, the big, massive defensive tackle from Washington, the Huskies. Of course, Curry and Jason Pierre-Paul, awesome pass rushers to give other teams fits. Now, that gives us the perfect segue into our Saints versus Bucs preview. Before we get there, DC, you want to comment on what Coach Payton said?
He basically covered everything, man. Sean Payton actually told some truth. I told you about the line. He started talking about the defenses they ran and everything. He failed to mention that Devontae Harris plays with him now.
I don't think he cares about that.
He gonna give away our secrets.
I don't think you remember enough of them to give them away. Anyway, let's get into the preview of the Tampa Bay, the Saints versus the Bucs in the Superdome. That's right, in the Superdome at noon. The Superdome is going to be rocking. It feels good. The regular season is here. It's football time once again in the Big Easy, the best time of the year. So enjoy. Everybody's going to be sitting in front of the televisions watching the Saints kick some good old-fashioned Tampa Bay Buccaneer butt. So without further ado, let's get into the preview of this matchup. Of course, starting with the injury reports, Tampa has a crap load of people on their injury report. Offensive tackle Donovan Smith is doubtful for this game. Center Evan Smith is questionable, along with cornerback MJ Stewart. And, of course, Vita Vea, who Sean Payton referred to in his interview, the first-round draft pick defensive tackle out of Washington Huskies, is doubtful for this game. So we might not see Vita Vea. To me, that is very big. And, I mean, if he doesn't play because –
as big as him?
It does, because McCoy and him together, that's almost like you're running against a brick wall. But so we'll have a little bit more room up the middle with our offensive line moving those behemoths around. And, of course, the Saints injury list, 2 players on the IR. Of course, Michael Human, we already knew that. And then Andrews Pete, who's questionable with the quadriceps injury. Now, looking at the matchups between, of course, the main story for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is, of course, that Jameis Winston is suspended for those games, so he will not be starting, but Fitzpatrick will be in. And a lot of people are saying, hey, man, Jameis Winston's not in there, but Fitz could do something in the short-term run to help Tampa Bay. So let's not underestimate this guy sitting back out, because Tampa Bay still has a lot of weapons. They have a decent running back. Peyton, Barber, Ronald Jones, those guys sitting at the running back position, along with wide receivers Mike Evans, and of course the speedy wide receiver who spent so many years with the Philadelphia Eagles flanks him on the opposite side. Plus they have decent tight ends there as well. So let's talk about this Tampa Bay team and what happens in this game for the Saints and the Bucs. What do you see?
I see it being a tough game, man. A lot of people think the Saints are just going to go in there and blow the Bucs out. I think they're going to put up a good fight for most of the game. But we're usually a second-half team. And as time goes on, we're probably going to get up to maybe a 13-point lead, and that's how it's going to end. I think we're going to have problems running the ball initially with that front. You said Vita Vea ain't playing, so maybe that front three they're going to have. You still got McCoy out there, Vinny Curry, and Jason Pierre-Paul. There ain't nothing to sneeze at. They got a decent linebacking core, and they have a good safety and one good cornerback at least. So their defense isn't completely incompetent, even though I still anticipate Drew Brees to have a fairly good day. But it's going to be a challenge, as it usually always is with Tampa Bay. But we usually always beat Tampa Bay. And
it's going to be a tough one, no doubt about it.
So I'm looking at a score of I'm gonna say 31-23.
All right, you heard them. You heard them, people. 31-23 in favor of the Saints getting it done. Of course, this is going to be a more difficult game than a lot of people suspect, and a lot of people are putting the Bucs down because of the absence of Jameis Winston. Ryan Fitzpatrick is still an wily old veteran that can still make things happen. And remember, they have a very good offense as well. They have all kind of really good pieces around Deshae Jackson. Mike Evans is there. They also have O.J. Howard, who they picked a high pick on last year. Remember him out of Alabama, the tight end who started to catch on for them late last year. Peyton, Barber with Ronald Jones there on offense. And then, of course, on defense, they're an excellent team as well. We mentioned the defensive line that this team have, but we failed to even mention Levante David, who's probably the best player on the team. Quan Alexander's there. And then, of course, in the secondary, they're more experienced by having Brent Grimes out there, Vernon Hargreaves, who's really going to step up his game to help them. And then a couple of really fabulous rookies at the cornerback position. MJ Stewart, who they drafted high in the draft last year, and Carlton Davis, who they picked up out of Auburn. So this team, Tampa Bay, is going to be a lot more difficult than people realize. But at the end of the day, the Saints will win this game. And I will have to say the Saints beat the Bucs 27-17. That's my call on this game, 27-17. And why? Why would you say that, Q? Because I just think that the Saints, they're going to be fired up. Like you said, Coach Payton mentioned the stat about the fact that the Saints, the last time they opened the season at home was back in 2004. So that's like, wow, that's like crazy to me. So we so accustomed to going on the road and then working from a road perspective and then coming home to do it. But that feels good. There's actually to get that home loving for that first game, for that first contest, and as they proceed to kick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers their butts in this matchup. So yeah, that's my call. You heard what DC say. If you agree with us, comment in the section if you think what's happening. Y'all give y'all scores. The first two games are going to be against the Buccaneers. The second one are going to be against the Browns. And then, of course, they go on the road, back-to-back games at the Falcons and then the Giants. Of course, if you want to know our predictions on the season, we did a prediction show back up into the summer. We'll make sure we post the link right here so you can listen to it as well. That will be the show. We appreciate you guys for joining us today on the Sports Coma, our new and established listeners. And of course, if you enjoyed the show, please feel free to donate to our show at Patreon. and that's patreon.com/PRO Media Network. You can make a single donation, or you can sign up to be a monthly contributor to helping to empower the platform. Also, join all our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter. We shoot out all the latest Saints and Pelicans and boxing news on our Twitter and Facebook pages. The links are in the description section below. And as always, from me, DC, and the crew here at the Sports Coma, thank you for joining us tonight. Peace.
Peace.
Forget ESPN or Fox. Get straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Thank you for listening to the Pro Media Network, who provides hours and hours of free entertainment to you and yours. If you are benefiting positively from our content, please donate to help us grow our platform by going to www.patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. That's www.patreon.com/the Pro Media Network, and support the true independent artists.
Hello, Tiger fanatics. Are you ready for some football? If so, you need to head over to Fanatics. Click the link in the description section below and head over to get great deals on all LSU Tiger gear right now. Fanatics have all the great selection on everything Tigers. They have ladies and men's and children jerseys, footwear, t-shirts and dresses, golf and sports equipment, hats, pajamas and underwear, lawn and office gear, auto accessories, pet accessories, and much, much more. So if you're a Tiger and you want to show your Tiger spirit, click the link below and head over to Fanatics now to get all the top-notch LSU Tiger gear. And for 24 hours only, shipping will be free on all orders over just $29. Head over now and click the link in the description section below and be ready in style. Go Tigers.
In today's world, children are bombarded with negativity on television, online, and at school. Our kids need to have a positive outlook on life and the world around them. I want to share with you a valuable resource you can use to bring positivity into your child's life. It's the new book, 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad G.J. Barabino. This is a simple guide loaded with wonderful and inspirational affirmations designed to uplift young people's spirits. This positive and powerful children affirmational is chock full and loaded with wonderful inspirational sayings that will lift your child's self-image to whole new levels through the awesome power of spoken word. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad G.J. Barabino. Available on Amazon. Order a copy for yourself, your child's teachers, or anyone you know with children. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image. Order your copy today.
There's a reason this office canceled Casual Friday. Why this guy is getting cut out of the will, and why sibling rivalries really exist. There's a reason he's always Employee of the Month, and why no shirt and no shoes is no problem. There's a lot of reasons to be a fan, but only NBAstore.com has all the gear.
What's up, sports world? This Big Q from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. Talking to you about the website, theposhlifestyle.com. That's right, poshlifestyle.com. A great website where you can get great products at great prices. They sell organic herbs, vitamins, supplements, water filters for your home, EMF and cell phone radiation protection, healing magnetics and healing crystals, personal protection devices like cell phones, stun guns, and mace sprays, organic deodorants, shampoos, soaps, toothpaste, and more. They also sell 10A grade Brazilian hair. 10A music is available now. All kind of the latest downloadable mixtapes. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to theposhlifestyle.com. That's the Posh Lifestyle, life spelled with a Y, LYFE, style.com. Put in the Sports Coma for the 10% discount on your purchase. It's a win-win. So get your mind and body right with the Posh Lifestyle.